What is up? My name is Nicole and this is Boba Addicted Tutorials. In today's video, we're going to be showing you guys how to make some coffee jelly, a coffee slush, whipped cream, and another coffee jelly dessert. We're going to start off with our coffee jelly first. The recipe I'm going to be using is from the Spruce Eats, linked in the description below. And for this, you're going to need 2 cups of coffee. We use Nespresso pods, but you can use any coffee you like, but the recipe does specifically mention that espresso would be the best choice. Next, we're going to work on our gelatin and water mixture. So you're going to combine 4 tablespoons of water with 1 tablespoon of gelatin and mix it up. Set this aside for now. So in a small pot, combine your 2 cups of coffee, 3 tablespoons of sugar, and cook until it's nearly boiling. If you don't like your coffee too sweet, maybe do 1 or 2 tablespoons. It's really up to you. Right before it boils, remove it from the heat and add in your gelatin mixture and stir it all up. Pour this into a dish, place in the fridge, and let it set for a few hours. Once it's set, cut it into cubes. Now, before we continue, let's talk about coffee jelly. Hold on, before we get into it, let me take a sip of this boba. I hit the mic. What was surprising for me to learn was that coffee jelly has British origins. The first known recipe dates back to 1817 from a book called New Family Recipe Book. It's not spelled recipe though, it's called receipt book. So, British people, I don't know. Anyways, Jell-O even launched a coffee gelatin mix in 1918, but it was shortly discontinued because only people in England liked it. I feel like now though, people would really enjoy that, and I think it was ahead of its time. Nowadays, Japanese coffee jelly is the one we all know and love. It was developed sometime between 1912 and 1926, and Starbucks even released a limited edition coffee jelly frappuccino back in 2016. Now that we're a little smarter, back to the tutorial. We're going to be talking about some whipped cream now. Alton Brown is one of my favorite chefs. He's like a food encyclopedia, but a person version of an encyclopedia. Okay, anyways, we're going to be using his recipe. So you're going to combine 1 cup of heavy whipping cream into a mixing bowl and then add in 2 tablespoons of sugar. Mix this up until it has stiff peaks. If you don't have a KitchenAid or a hand mixer, you can do this by hand. You just have to have a little bit of patience and willpower. But I believe in you. Moving onwards, everybody. Now, onto the coffee slush. I'm using a recipe from Epicurious. All these recipes are going to be linked below. So, you're going to get 1.5 cups of cooled coffee. Again, we used Nespresso and cooled it in the fridge. Combine that with however much sugar you want. We used 1 tablespoon and then combine a 4th cup of heavy whipping cream and 3 cups of ice. We originally used 2 cups of ice and the drink was very liquidy, so we added 1 more and then the drink was a little watered down. So I do recommend using pretty strong coffee and maybe a little bit more sugar than we did. For the assembly, we're adding our coffee jelly first, our slush, and then several very fat dollops of whipped cream. We worked hard for that. Altogether, the flavors meshed really well. The coffee jelly was perfectly balanced in terms of sweetness and bitterness. And then the sweetness from the whipped cream elevated our very bland slush. You can also add coffee jelly in all sorts of things, or have it as your main dessert component. I remember getting a coffee jelly dessert from this one sushi place, and it was literally just coffee jelly, some heavy whipping cream, and chopped almonds. It's super simple, but really good. If you guys like this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. And if you guys have any suggestions on what I should make next, let me know in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next one.